We have continued to provide chilled, frozen and ambient food to the charity sector across Oxfordshire and wider that we were doing prior to the crisis. We've seen about 20% of those organisations drop off because they're closed and can't continue to provide food to their beneficiaries. But about 120 are continuing to take food, and we're trying to provide as much as they need. We have ramped up massively our community larder model, which effectively now is a box scheme into hubs around the county. We currently have 22 larder operations running in Oxfordshire, a large number in the city in partnership with the Oxford Hub and the City Council, a couple with CAB, particularly in Charwell in the west, and with other partners around the county. And that's providing a total of 3,000 non-perishable boxes and fruit and vegetables, 3,000 boxes a week at the moment across Oxfordshire, and increasing all of the time. And also this week, as a result of the food bank forum earlier in the week, we are now providing stock into a number of food banks where we previously weren't working closely with food banks, and trying to augment their supply to their client group as well. All of that inevitably comes at a cost, and I think we're probably operating at 4 times the speed and 4 times the pace that we were working at 3 weeks ago. The additional cost to us is approximately £50,000 a month. £15,000 a month of that is additional expenditure. And just to give you a picture on that, we've taken on more vans, we're obviously incurring more fuel costs, we've spent £5,000 on cardboard boxes to put the food into. In addition to that, the supply of food into us is rocketing exponentially. And today I've just taken on an additional warehouse unit on the same site as us to cope with the increase in supply of food, so that we can get as much of that out again as quickly as we possibly can. So there are additional costs in that. There's a huge loss in revenue because we've made all of our services free for the foreseeable future, where some of those services were previously charged for and traded. So huge upsurge in the amount of food that's coming in and going out, a new model, and that there are some costs associated with that. I just wanted to clarify one thing on our food response. So we think we are providing food predominantly to the vulnerable, disadvantaged, and those that are struggling, not just as a result of the crisis, but especially as a result of the crisis. It is not our intention to overlap with the government scheme to provide food to the 1.5 million people who are being shielded. There will inevitably be some overlap, but we are seeing ourselves as a tier beyond that, helping people that are struggling with food more generally. We have been getting quite a lot of support, funding support, to cover some of those costs. OCF responded really quickly to provide some funding to cover that gap, which is tremendously helpful. I think we will see the issue of funding further down the line when we're doing this in 2-3 months' time.